Hey everybody, it's the Right Lane Cowboy here, coming to you with another milepost musing. Well, not really a mile. Well, I guess it's a milepost musing because I'm at some sort of milepost in California, but I'm at a Petro truck stop. Sitting down on a 34 again, waiting for a load. Man, the freight is horrible right now. I'm long on the freight though. It might be horrible right now, but it's going to get better. I'm pretty sure, almost, very confident that we're going to pick up miles and start doing a little better, have a little better paycheck. But anyway, last night I went in and got some popcorn, sat down and had popcorn and sweet tea and watched a movie in the truck stop. Most truck stops, most of the big truck stops, Petro, uh, TA and Petro and I can't think of the other one. Anyway, a lot of them have, either driver lounges with big screen TVs or full-on theaters in them, and they're free to the truckers. So we can go in and just kind of enjoy something, get out of the truck, get off the road, and have some sort of normalcy in our life. So I'm in there, and we're watching A Few Good Men. I've never seen the show. Admittedly, crazy, I know, but another guy comes in and sits down next to me and starts talking, and I'm like, great, really? Seriously? I'm watching a show, and this guy sits right next to me. There's 45 seats in that daggone thing, and he sits right next to me and starts all this stuff about truck driving, and I'm like, I really don't want to talk shop right now. I would like to just sit down and talk. Not talk, sit down and watch a movie and enjoy my popcorn, and which was really good popcorn. These places make amazing popcorn. It's like movie theater popcorn, but yeah, he starts gibbing and gabbing about his day and all this stuff, and it got me to thinking, what is it with the human condition that creates or that causes, guys like truck drivers and, fishermen, remember fish stories, big fish stories. What is it with the human condition that makes a man need to embellish his story? Why not just tell them what happened? If it's interesting, it is. If it's not, it's not. Big deal. I don't understand why people got to. If it's an 18-wheeler, by God, it's the biggest 18-wheeler. If it's an oversized load, man, that was 1,000,000 pounds. No, it wasn't 1,000,000 pounds. Come on, a couple of 100,000 maybe. I just don't understand it. Like I talked to a guy a couple of weeks ago that used to haul those big windmill blades, those big wind turbine blades. All right, I already know the longest ones, I think, are like 260 feet or something like that, land ones. You get out there on the ocean, those suckers are like, I think they're a little bit over 300 feet long. They're huge. I don't know how they haul them, never seen it, and I'm not going to sit here and go, by God, they hauled those suckers on 16 trucks back to back to go forward and backwards and everything else. No, I don't know. So if I don't know, I don't say. Learn that from my beautiful bride early on in our marriage. If you don't know, shut up. I never could win an argument with her. You know why? Because if she didn't know, she didn't speak about it. She didn't argue over it. So she never lost an argument because everything that she ever talked about, she knew the facts. Well, I implemented that into my everyday life and now out here on the road. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to talk about it. So anyway, this guy in there last night starts talking about his brand new T680. Okay, a T680 is a Freightliner. You drivers out there already know that. Not a Freightliner, I'm sorry, Kenworth. And it's basically the fleet truck that Kenworth makes. Well, evidently he's got a long-nosed can't even say it without laughing. He's got a long-nosed T680. There are no long-nosed T680s. They're slope-nosed. That stinking hood comes down, not quite as drastic as a Freightliner Cascadia like mine, but it's still slow. It's a fleet truck. It's made to break. So he's got a long-nosed T680, and he's got the $200,000 flatbed trailer behind it. $200,000 flatbed trailer. No. There's a $200,000 heavy haul trailer, $200,000 belly trailer, RGN trailers, removable gooseneck trailers. You know, they're just a regular skateboard style flatbed trailer is not going to be $200,000. Oh, and if he did buy it for $200,000, I wish I was a salesman, because I bet they saw him coming from 10 miles away. But I don't think it was. Well, actually, I know it wasn't. I saw the trailer he was talking about. It's a regular, I can't even think of the name of the flatbed company. It's a well-known flatbed company, or flatbed trailer manufacturer. But anyway, he did that, and he hauled this great big oversized load that, you know, what did he tell me? It was like I think it was 180,000 pounds or 140,000 pounds. Not on a skateboard trailer, he didn't. And number two, he told me that it was like, what was it? It hung over flatbed trailers, I think. I'm not quite sure. I think they're either 8 or 9 foot wide. This thing hang out, he said it was a 15 wide load. Not on that trailer, it wasn't. They're not built for it. They got spine in them, which is the curvature, but they're not built for it. And nobody in their right mind would put that kind of a load on that kind of a trailer. So I didn't call him on his BS. Usually I'm brash enough to look at him and go, no, I call BS on this. I don't think you're telling the truth here. But I wanted to get back to A Few Good Men. It's an amazing movie. You know, now I know it's an amazing movie. The only part I knew up until last night was, you don't want, or you can't handle the truth. You know, Jack Nicholson's famous line. But the entire thing, great movie. I'm going to watch it again. I'm hoping it's on tonight. Hopefully I can get it, watch uncut. But anyway, it was, my hands smell like walnuts. I've been working on my wife's clock all day, for the last couple hours anyway. Oh, check this out. Yeah, where I grew up in Oregon, there was a big old English walnut tree out back, and I used to take the walnuts and shuck them, get the outer skin off. I don't know what that's called. I'm sure my dad will tell me. And then put them in a 5-gallon bucket. We'd get a 5-gallon bucket and we'd go crack them. Your hands would smell like walnuts for, I don't know, a couple of eons after that, and it never seemed to wash off. And now they smell like walnut because I got this round. Look at that thing shine, man. I got that right down, sanded right down pretty. But that's going to be a clock for my wife. Okay? And there's a hole right there, a natural hole made by a grub, that if you hang it, it hangs perfect to where I can put the clock right there. This will be the clock face. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe a little saying, maybe leave it blank. I don't know. I'll do something with it. But now that I've been sanding on walnut this morning, or today, good God, I smell like walnut. Doesn't smell all that pretty either. So anyway, yeah, so it just boggles my mind why people got to embellish and overgrow their story, because I'd be interested in what they have to say anyway. They could say, hey, I got out of my truck and I kicked the rock across the parking lot all the way. And I'd sit there and listen to him, because I'm interested in what people have to say. But if he got out of this truck, he said, man, I got out of my truck. If he would have said, I got out of my truck and I kicked a 400-pound boulder with my steel-toe boot, and it wasn't even hard, and I kicked it all the way over, hit a couple trucks, and they tipped over, and a couple of freaking monkeys fell out, and they had some endangered spider monkeys with them, and because it just embellishes, and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And normally I like to treat those people like a choose your own direction story, and all you got to do is just ask a leading question, and they go off this way or go off that way, and it's hilarious to do that with them. But I didn't want to. I wanted to watch my movie. Dadgummit. So if any of you are so inclined to explain to me what is it about the human condition that drives people to embellish stories, get down there on that comment section and let me know. because I am absolutely astonished or intrigued by it. Sometimes annoyed, but most of the time I'm intrigued by it, and I would really, truly love to know why people do this. There's got to be some sort of scientific psychological reason as to why people do that. So, hope you all are having a good time out there, staying safe on the roads, and those of you that don't drive, well, thanks for coming on and watching, and God bless all. Later on.